inspiring. So अच्छा चल रहा है. Now let's look at this. I am not interested in question 1 and 5. Question number 2, paper number 2 is a lot about choice of questions. It's a lot about choice of questions. Get that? क्योंकि इसमें ऐसा नहीं है कि ह्यूमन ज्योग्राफी और फिजिकल ज्योग्राफी विच वन इज योर स्ट्रेंथ. नो नो नो, देयर तो इट इज वेरी क्लियर. आई सेड पीपल विद वीक लैंग्वेज, ह्यूमन ज्योग्राफी कैन बी अ चैलेंज फॉर यू. People who don't know perspective, unnecessarily perspective can be a big challenge for you. We will have those perspective classes, we will groom you into that. But here, you know everything. Because it's Indian geography, you broadly know everything. It is about where will I get very high score, which sugarcane has more juice in it. It's like you are mango season, you have mangoes in front of you, you are choosing, and all of us put our hand on a particular mango only. Yes or no? We have our favorites. Yehi mera mango hai, and we like it for a particular reason. I am saying these are juicy mangoes in front of you. 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. So in paper 2, selection of questions will decide exceptional score. In paper 1, selection of questions should be based on your strength. Some toppers said, no, human geography is more important these days. Well, physical geography has rules. If you know the concept well, if you know the definitions and you can draw those diagrams, illustrations, physical geography can work very well for you. That's not a problem. Human geography has subjectivity. If you have understanding, do that also. I am very much in favor of human geography. I would say Anu is a good candidate for human geography also. Get that? Vinay should be looking more at physical geography. So I am looking at people. So as an evaluator, I know what is their inherent strength. Get that? So now, looking at this question number 2. Examine the structure and relief of Aravalli. So today I am not looking at answers. I am training you people how to get marks. Examine the structure and relief of Aravalli, full stop. If this was the question, I would have not chosen this question. This is a dead question. Structure and relief of Aravalli. Structure is, what is it made up of? Geologically. So geologically it's a shield. I would have gone to, like Precambrian rocks and, like all those shields. I would have said granite, gneiss, yes, gneiss, schist, phyllite, something of that. Metalliferous, chalega. Relief is what? What do I mean by relief? Many people did not get relief. Relief मैंने आपसे पूछा था mid oceanic ridge का, relief पूछा था mid Atlantic ridge का. Nobody was able to answer that. Please get that. Relief does not mean pain relief. It means degree and direction of slope. So degree means steep or gentle, and direction means the rivers. Remember, rivers will tell. So can I say Vindhyas are east-west, so their slope is north-south. But Aravallis, their slope is east-west. So you can see west flowing rivers, Luni, east one, Banas. There are two Banas, east में Banas भी निकलता है. So that's what we are looking at, that when we are asked something about relief, we must talk about where is the slope, bring the rivers into the picture, and also steepness. So steepness will come from the altitude. Which part of Aravalli is higher? Southern part. So you will say the gradient steepens in the southern part. That's the relief. And northern one gently merges into the northern plains, and towards the north it divides into 3 outliers, one coming to Delhi, the other one going into Haryana. Now that's what is relief. Relief means upar niche. How much up and down is there? Relief has a technical meaning, but still that answer did not have juice. Sab yehi batate, and they would have got a diagram and this thing. What added juice to this question was also highlight the issue of illegal mining in this region. So when you are able to bring in the contemporary aspect of it, illegal mining, some NGT on this, and what has happened, now you can actually take the examiner towards your side. This is where you make, how much is this? 20 marker? You make this 20 marker में से आप अब यहाँ से 12 निकाल सकते हैं. Get that? And trust me, structure and relief, expanded and written well, में ज़्यादा दम है नहीं. 1.5 पेज में खत्म हो जाएगा. So the question ka second part is also 50%. And this time, first I made the question paper for you. I had given you 4 pages. Then I realized ये बर्बाद करेंगे, पेड़ कटता है इसके लिए. So I stopped it. So I have given you 3 pages. So 1.5 page for structure and relief, 1.5 page for illegal mining. Bring in all the aspects, extract marks out of me. Okay, that. Second one, bring out the salient features of peninsular drainage system of India, also assess its flood proneness. Deliberately the questions have been made like that if I did not mention, this was supposed to be done in this answer. So abhi to I am into training phase, no? As a teacher I am supposed to train you also. If the question is, bring out the salient features of peninsular drainage system of India, full stop, uske issues bhi add kar dena yaar answer mein. And are we talking about Godavari? Are we talking about these rivers having high water, जिसमें हमारे क्या है ये Cafe Coffee Day when he jumped, that river was in swell. Yes or no? So we are looking at that their flood proneness, and we should also bring in that aspect that their flood proneness is much less compared to North Indian or those North Indian drainage. So that was the aspect. I see fairly good juice in this also. What is a physiographic region? So in our syllabus there is an entry called physiographic region. So when I say what is a physiographic region, region are regions. What are region? Aerial units having homogeneity of a criteria. What is the criteria? Similar physiography. What is similar physiography? Structure and relief. So Karnataka Plateau is a physiographic unit. Chota Nagpur Plateau is a physiographic unit. Coastal plain is a physiographic unit. Now this is where the problem is. There are 15 marks for this. 5 number to pehle ka hai, physiographic unit. What is a physiographic region? What do we write in this? Thoda juice kam ho raha hai. Yes or no? Now I want those 5 marks also. Remember, India is divided into around 30 physiographic units. You can do that. You can make a map with 33. If you are an ALS student, हम वो 33 कराते हैं. But 33 will take time. वो दुखी हो गया 33 सुनते ही इतना ज़्यादा यार. देखो 33 करोड़ देवी देवता है नहीं कि हमारे पास. We are such a plural country यार. माना मंदिर वहीं बनेगा, but 5 physiographic region कर दो यार. Himalayas. This thing क्या? Plains, peninsular block, coastal. वैसे कर दो. And talk about them. I am saying brainstorming is about weaving ideas. Weaving ideas. Tell yourself that I want 150 on this paper from the teacher. तो कुछ तो दिमाग लगाएगा यार. We will be doing something on that. So I am still seeing some juice in this. And after that, Karnataka Plateau physiographic region. I think I had invited Dheeraj after he scored 315 in that last year when you scored. So you had discussed with some students about a region. So when I say discuss Karnataka Plateau, it does not mean only the physiography of it. You could have brought in the other regions also. Say for example, Karnataka Plateau, we are looking at the mining region. Yes, we are looking at kind of people living over there. We are looking at the rainfall thing in this. Remember physiographic? So physiographic can also bring in the vegetation in this area, the climate in this area, the soil in this area. Many attributes are there. So I see fairly juicy answer. If I have to rate on high, moderate, low juice, I would rate question number 1 on this. Question number 1 is moderately juicy. अभी बहुत juicy नहीं है. You can extract. कितना निकाल सकते हैं इसमें? When I say moderately juicy, you can extract 25 to 30 marks in this. 25 to 30 is possible in this. Moderately juicy. Moderately juicy question, 25 to 30 is possible. You choose. इसमें कितना possible होगा? More than 30. इसमें कितना होगा? Less than 25. And I also want to tell you, highly juicy, moderately juicy and low juice will also change from student to student. You have different abilities. Remember, the juicer also decides कितना juice निकलेगा. Yes. तो मैंने sugar cane दे दिया, juicer है नहीं, तुम दांत से निकाल दो, कितना निकालो. Do that. Second one. As per Global Air Report 2019, India faces the worrying trend of air pollution. Examine the extent of this problem and suggest a strategy to fight it. Dangerous question. First is, when you are asked to examine the extent of problem of air pollution, तुम कुछ भी लिखोगे. SO2, NO2, yes, ओजोन, मीथेन, ऐसा कुछ लिखोगे. जितना पोल्यूशन के बारे में स्कूल में पढ़ा है वो सब लिखने लगोगे, ब्रेनस्टॉर्मिंग. And then you will say, okay, in area, mining area, there can be, and particulate matter, something of that sort. And suggest a strategy, what will you do? Even odd. ऐसे लिखोगे या नहीं लिखोगे? अरविंद केजरीवाल को आज तक जवाब नहीं मिला, तुम कैसे जवाब दोगे? People are struggling with this. So this becomes a challenging question. But if you do justice to this, ये 30 plus ले जाएगा. This is very much related to current. This is very much related to National Air Quality Index. This is very much related to what is happening on this. And if you are able to give us an innovative strategy, आपका ये 30 plus में जाने वाला है. But if you take this question and you go your class 12th knowledge of science and try to tell me what are pollutants, what is air pollution, this is going to go 25 and low. This will take many maps. कुछ भी दिखाओ, कहीं का भी दिखाओ. Many innovations are going to be there. This is a dangerous question, but चल सकता है. Examine the factors responsible for uneven rainfall distribution in India. This question I generally keep almost in every master stroke. This is one area where we actually demonstrate students how to juice a question. This question को हम discuss भी करेंगे. I've always considered this question as good one. Why? If you ask me discuss the mechanism of monsoon, it's a lot of effort making it. Most of you were not able to write that answer properly. But factors are easy. There are only 3 factors. 3 and only 3 factors. सोच के आना, next discussion में we'll talk about that once your answer comes to you. Especially underline 3B. I want people who are coming to the next test, maybe you can write this answer. If you want to telegram group पे मैं question भी डाल दूँगा, so that people can also write 3B. 3C, examine the forest resource of India and also highlight the littoral and swampy forest. Forest resources of India बहुत सारा है यार. There is a lot to write in this, and this is very geographical in nature. Yes, can I make small maps? Small map evergreen, evergreen, semi-evergreen. Small map monsoonal forest which is a dry and moist deciduous. 2 map बन गया. उसके बाद hilly, littoral, swampy 4-5 map बनाएंगे. छोटे-छोटे बनाएंगे यार. Write on that, and in the end littoral and swampy we will discuss them. I find this particular question, and especially because of 3A, comes in this category. So this was my question number 2. And this is my question number 3. 2 and 3. See, in the examination you won't have time to talk about juice. ये मेरे साथ कर लो. Next 5 tests. Get into the habit. What suits your nature best? Select those questions. 4A. Examine the phenomena of heat wave in the context of warmer than normal summer temperature experienced in western and peninsular India this year. Looks very good. But for 20 marker, this does not have much juice. Deliberately given to you people. All the people think, when I get so many people telling to me, sir, I have this problem of writing optional answers as GS. This is where your question selection kills you. This is a very good GS question. This is a bad optional question. इसमें ज़्यादा दम नहीं है. We can write good answer. वो भी कर दूँगा. That's not a problem. Lot of effort will go, lot of brainstorming will go, lot of innovation will go, and you will get the best answer. ना मैं तो वैसे भी इसका content भी बना के दूँगा. I'll write the content for you and I'll give you the answer also. But examine the phenomena of heat wave. Now heat wave is what? इंडिया मेट्रोलॉजिकल डिपार्टमेंट ने कहा अगर उस टाइम के मैक्सिमम एक्सपेक्टेड टेम्परेचर से 2 से 4 डिग्री ऊपर चला गया तो हीट वेव है. दैट्स इट और नॉट? और कोल्ड वेव, दैट्स इट? दैट्स जस्ट अ नॉमेनक्लेचर. दैट्स जस्ट अ नॉमेनक्लेचर, नो? सो एक्सेप्शनल हीटिंग ऑफ दैट इन द कॉन्टेक्स्ट ऑफ वार्मर, यार 20 मार्क्स के लिए व्हाट विल आई राइट इन दिस? एंड एनीवन हु हैज रिटन दिस पछता रहा होगा. Anyone who's written this answer, midway you will be stuck, और क्या लिखूं? This is what happens when you choose a wrong topic in essay. Midway, अबे गड़बड़ होगी. Low juice. So 20 mark will be stuck on this. Second one, spatially analyze the cause and solution of soil degradation in India. Ghisa pita, rata rataya. But safe question. Safe question. Get that? Hi-fi, very beautiful model for a wife, and Gharilu Nari for a wife. Safe bet is Gharilu Nari. This is a safe Gharilu question. And C is describe the integrated coastal zone management of India. ये आता ही नहीं है. फिर क्या करेगा? कोस्ट है, सुनामी है, मैंग्रोव है, सब मर रहा है, बचाना है. कहाँ आया क्वेश्चन नंबर 4? So if I am choosing from section A and section B, I will choose only question number 3. That's my first choice. Remember, I have to choose 3. I am not saying question number 2 as my second choice. I'll put a question mark on this because I have 3 more questions waiting there. I need to tell you how to choose a question, because when we are talking of a high scoring game, the choice of question will matter a lot. Get that? So first one, are we okay with that? You, some of you sitting here may find 2 more appealing to you. I said it will differ from student to student. If I was to write, I see a lot of juice in number 2. 3 is okay, but I am not going, 3 is my favorite. 2 is okay for me. Get that? Let's go to question number 6. Examine the significance and role of organic farming in solving the problems of modern agriculture in India. This is something which I can think a lot. Modern agriculture, Indian agriculture has a lot of problems, and I have to find out the role of organic farming in that. Now, this will depend on your brainstorming, what problems you are looking at. Because if you are saying the problems are institutional or small land holding, if you are talking of small land holding, which is non-economical, so will organic farming help or not over there? It will not help. So you will have to select something. Now this is going to be a question which will have to have some intelligence, some understanding of organic farming and the problems of this thing. So a person who doesn't know much about agriculture, geography, not, you don't have to be a farmer. Okay? वो तो मोदी जी भी नहीं है farmer, but वो farmer का भला कर सकते हैं. ठीक है? So that's what we are looking at. I think this is something to do with agriculture and organic farming. If you read this topic, then there is juice. Otherwise, फंसेगा ही. Discuss the cyclone disaster and its management in light of the recent cyclone managed by the littoral states of India. हाँ जी. You can bring in that dimension. You can very well bring in that dimension. But when we are looking at zero budget farming, it is like no input coming on that. But organic farming has a cost. Organic farming has a cost. Zero budget, देखो यार, smart city का मतलब क्या था इंडिया में? What was the meaning of smart city in India? If you have one street in that city which is Wi-Fi, that was declared as smart city. Yes? If you have beautiful dustbins, that was declared as smart city. In fact, they went mad. They said, let's conduct a poll. What should be a city which is smart city? लोगों से पूछ लिया. So that's what we are looking at. अब क्या है? Zero budget farming की जब बात होती है, they are talking about cow urine, cow everything. That is zero budget. पहले तो इतनी cow अगर किसान रख ही सकता, तो दिक्कत ही क्या थी? Yes. So the whole field is cow. Cows are coming. It's like, like a horde of cows. चलो आओ इधर कर दो सब. कर दिया. Next farm के लिए क्या है? ऐसे cow तो ऐसा तो नहीं continuous कर ही रहे हैं. Yes or no? कहाँ है वो zero budget कैसे? ये बताओ. इंटरक्रॉपिंग. और किससे? अच्छा, some areas. और जिस किसान के पास जमीन इतनी है कि 10 में तो खड़ा हुआ है, उसका क्या करे? अब फार्मर इज स्मॉल एंड मार्जिनल, ऐसा तो है नहीं कि 10% इधर कैश कर लिया इतना वो. That's what we are looking at. So these are some ideas which have been thrown. They are fancy. ऐसा ना, हर घर नल का पानी, ऐसा कुछ है क्या? क्या है? हर घर नल का जल, ऐसा कुछ है. सुंदर, अति सुंदर. नारा तो सोच के दिया ना, बढ़िया है. यहीं पे तो इनोवेशन आती है. मोदी जी ने दिया नहीं एग्जाम, टॉप करके छोड़ देते, चुप भाई इधर रखो, उधर मुझे नहीं आना ऐसे घटिया में, बिकॉज आई एम डिजाइन फॉर द कंट्री. यस और नो? सो आई थिंक ऑर्गेनिक फार्मिंग में वो एक एलिमेंट आ सकता है, बट देन दैट्स देयर. Second one is cyclone disaster and its management. I think the way we manage Fani और गुजरात में जो हमने खाली करवा दिया सबको, कुछ आया नहीं, वो अलग बात है. बट ठीक है, गुजरात वाले यूज होते स्पेसिमेन के लिए. देखो सारा डिजास्टर, अरे थोड़ा ज्योग्राफी पढ़ ले, नहीं आता उधर, वो रिकर्व करेगा ही नहीं यार. आई थिंक आई वाज ज्योग्राफी क्लास 3 साल पहले की कुछ बात है. आई वाज देयर, being so much into the sea and Arabian Sea, particularly being in Arabian Sea, I know वो नहीं मारेगा उधर. बट ठीक है, मौका था, सबको बाहर निकाल. Examine the Indian islands as its physiographic division. Remember 2 questions on physiographic division. So islands I had Lakshadweep and Andaman Nicobar. अब तुम लोगों ने सिर्फ पीटी के लिए एक बार उसकी फोटो देखी है. You don't know much about it. So I would say this question number 6 for me is moderate. I would not say it doesn't have juice, but it is moderate for me. Question number 7. Present an agricultural regionalization scheme for India based on crop combination. Standard textbook, combination, monocrop, dual crop, multi-crop, we can very well do that. Regionalization karna hai, that's there. Highlight the spatio-temporal changes occurring therein. This is going to make it very juicy. Because remember, India has developed from 1947 to 2019, things have changed. The cropping patterns which were there at that time, they have undergone a lot of change. Why? Because of physical factors as well as human factors. Government factors, big ones. Government bringing in so many support for this and that. Nowadays, like when we are looking at doubling farmers' income, when we are looking at your soil health, a lot of juice in this question. Good question. For 20 marks, I have content, I have a lot of this thing. That's my understanding of this question. B. Bring out the potential of status of aquaculture in India, suggest measures to upgrade it. So people who've been reading about fisheries, about this thing, so India has gone big on inland also, and suggest measures. That second part also gives it a lots of juice. So second also is good for me. Discuss the impact of globalization in India's agriculture sector. A lot of overlap with GS also. I think question 7 is going to be my second juicy, second done. 2 are selected. I'm on the third one. Factors behind varying cropping intensity in India are inherited in the infrastructural and institutional factors. So varying cropping intensity. Cropping intensity is not just cropping pattern. Cropping intensity is intensity of land use. How many times we are using that. That is somewhere inherited because of infrastructure and institutional factors. So there are certain problems with India's agriculture sector with institutional limitations and infrastructural limitations. That is why our intensity goes to 135. Yes, around that. So we are not even able to do it. Double cropping. So that we had to explain. Theoretical question. Definitely we will relate to India. We will give examples. I think ordinary question. Average. Food productivity with purity of ecosystem is the need of R for Indian agriculture. I think this goes into sustainable agriculture. So we want food productivity to go high. Remember the debates on BT Brinjal, debates on taking technology. I want productivity has to be there, but purity of ecosystem. Is it coming at the cost? Here again organic can come. So is it coming at a cost? So that's also there, elaborate. fairly juicy, average. Specially examine the sugarcane farming regions of India. We know the two belts, we can talk about them, very easy. Highlight the challenges faced by sugarcane farmers. This is in context of the recent things, but मेरे पास बहुत ज़्यादा वो है नहीं. क्या challenges है उनके पास? One is the marketing. Their crop end use going to that, so sugar price is going down and the mills not paying, especially the North Indian sugarcane farmer. That is one idea. Other can be, like their credit requirements, then their soil requirement. Sugarcane is not this thing, a seasonal crop, it's an annual crop. आपका खेत फंस जाता उसमें. Yes or no? So when we are looking at, if you're not getting remunerative prices, you are forced to distress selling them also. Idea is a semi-commercial one. There was an idea of ethanol also associated with it, but that has not taken off. So many things are this thing. I can relate it to JS. I can create a lot of ideas in this. Fairly good. So I would say 8 is here. So I'm happy at least 2 are my favorite. Get into this habit of your optional subject to your strength. 2 आपने निकाल लिए. अब choice किसमें है? 2, 6 and 8. Depending upon whichever is your strength, take that. When you have chosen 2, always remember, 2 को maximum लेके जाइए. ये दोनों में तो automatically juice है. You can 2 में थोड़ा extra effort डालिए so that all of them you are able to take them on top. Do we get that? My intention behind this discussion of this particular test was to help my students select which questions will be working for them. And I'm saying depending on your level of preparedness, depending upon your experience with geography, depending upon what books you've read or what your teachers have emphasized on, you will have different strengths. I just shared my ideas with you. For me, my favorites would be 1, 2, and if you ask me out of this, 3 and 7, and if you ask me which I will go, I like question number 2. Question number 2 is pure geography. Question number 2 has got a lot of visibility in that. Diagrams बनेंगे, maps बनेंगे, तो मेरा personal 2 जाएगा. Get that? And remember, this is not a full India physical paper. In India physical, section A is physical and section B is human. There my choices will differ. Here तो only 3 topics were there. So my questions would be 2, 3 and 7 for this exam. Compulsory to I have to do. When we meet next, we will get their answers also. Do we get that? So in this discussion for paper 1, I've just talked about mapping. Make sure you earn respect in that. And second is selecting your questions which suit you best. And I'm saying paper 2, go for the juiciest one. They are going to give you 150 plus to 180. Get that?